Hello,
Hello, Mrs. Jarrah. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I had some technical issues, ma'am.
Oh, I understand. Is everything okay? Oh, there you are.
I didn't know what, I'm like, why isn't it letting me in? Like something was going on, but
I
thank you
understand.
for doing that because I'm like, why? It was doing something weird.
I understand. That's no problem. I'm now about to start. We're live on YouTube. So I'm going to let everybody in now.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Good evening, everybody. You all are being let in, and I'm going to make sure that there is no waiting room so that you all can come and go as you like without having to wait on us. Remember, please don't let your little note takers come on in here because they sometimes they get hacked. I know it's not a conscious decision for you all to compromise the security in any kind of way, but we have had situations of note takers hacking and then trying to sell us back our own content. So it's crazy world out there. I hope that you all are doing well this evening. Oh, okay. Right. Mrs. Jer and I are still on this evening with you all. And we are here to talk to you about the week. So we would like to know, how was your trading week? Now, I was a little bit scarce. I have some exciting things going on family-wise, so you're not going to see me much this month, but I am here. I'm going to be here every week. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Jarrah for an update. If you were here every day this week and last week, how was it going? Did we have any interesting developments? How has it been for the traders from your vantage point?
It's been good. I feel like folks are, still are continuing to settle in. Um, I think one of the exciting things is the heart shares aspect. That's
Mm.
coming. So
Yeah.
I know some folks are really excited about that.
Mhm.
We had some interesting days based on what was going on in the market, but just really honing in, and folks are being mindful of the indicators, understanding how we're using those signals when they're popping up, or X's or dots, getting more comfortable with even understanding how like all the money works. So I know there were some questions about that, and some folks are studying all the money, kind of studying to see how that moves, but asking some pretty good questions in relationship to what's going on the charts as we're looking. But all in all, I think it's been good. Some hiccups. I think we had a couple of glitches today. I think
Really?
people
What
had
happened?
glitches. I saw it in the chat. Something happened, maybe a glitch with a phone, but there were two folks that I did see had some glitches, but I know they got themselves out of those
Hmm.
situations.
Hmm.
I don't think it went the way they wanted it to, but still they were able to get themselves out. And, folks are, putting up their returns. We're seeing those returns are coming in. Some folks are settling into two trades. I think
Oh, good.
one trade and
So they've
like,
stopped the
I'm good.
overtrading thing.
Yeah, and then some people are, those folks who are settled in how they're trading, or, but really, like it seems like it's getting more comfortable for those folks who've been with us since the
Hmm.
beginning. It's getting more comfortable, more settled. Not as much chaos as I would, like in the beginning, like, oh my God, what is this? What are we doing? Understanding the language that we
Hmm.
speak. So people are really starting to understand the language. But we usually have about one new person on every day. So Mr. T will give them that understanding of, hey, here's how this works. So that consistency of him just commentating, here's what this is, here's how this works. Like I think that's been good too, as folks have been going through it. And we had a story. He gave us a story today, so he giving a little commentary, giving a little commentary every now and again. So we're still getting some of the Mr. T that we so love and enjoy.
Oh,
He can't
yes.
help
I
himself. He can't.
I wonder if we have Mr. T on tonight. Do we? Let me see.
Oh, I didn't see him. I'm not sure.
He's probably seen this one out, or maybe he might be late. But we have a hand up, and I know that I believe Mrs. Caron had a question from last week.
Oh,
So since your hand is up, we may as well welcome you to make your comments. Good evening.
good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to share what happened to me this morning. I was all set for a call because it was such a green day. So I went in and I said, I'm ready for a call. And of course, what the right out the back, I was all set for the QQQ 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in when I saw the green X, and I
Mm-hmm.
could not get out for about a good 6, 7 minutes. I couldn't even,
Oh,
it was my phone. I couldn't even turn my phone off because I wanted to reset the whole phone. So I really, truly was stuck.
oh
And
my
I
goodness.
fumbled, and I think that should have been a clue to just sit it out for the rest of the day because after that, of course, I took a big loss because it went red after that. And
Right.
even though, so I was disappointed, even though it was a green day, it was a red, it was a red day also, pretty much. Even though the
Right.
market said that everything was booming and ready to go, it was a red day pretty much. So I didn't do well today, but that's why. And that was the second time that happened to me, and it
Mm.
happened about a month and a half ago. And I should have just, sat back and watched. So I think one of my strategies really would be to wait at least 5 minutes into the market before I start doing anything.
Right.
Because I find that once it settles out, I could see where the trends are. So I just wanted to share that.
Okay, so you were
Understood.
one of our folks who had the glitch issue.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I
I
sure
couldn't
did.
remember who it was, but and I mean, all I can say, I commend you because you did get yourself out, right? Like you didn't panic,
Yes.
you didn't freeze, you got yourself out of the situation,
Yeah.
and you
But
understand what you need to do, and even like how you expressed how maybe I need to wait. 'Cause,
yeah.
like right when the market opens at 9:30, it can be a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And
Fun is a word.
we always could get a signal. So even if it's like you're saying, I think I might wait five
Yeah.
Mhm.
minutes and then, go ahead and start my trades, which is one of the wonderful things that, it doesn't necessarily have to be right out the gate. I'm
Right.
mindful of that as well, because I've learned like maybe the first 2 to 3 minutes can be kind of interesting. And
Hmm.
if I choose to play the game, then I got to be prepared for what might happen. So
Right.
I
And
just,
just one more quick observation. I really like the way I saw Chandler when he had the interview and he was sitting back and relaxed. And I
Okay.
find myself doing that now. And I'm actually, instead of being like a microscope looking at one thing, I'm sitting back and looking at the big picture. So I'm scanning everything and I feel confident, much more confident.
that's
I'm glad to hear that. So it was helpful for you. It was helpful for me too. It was nice to watch an all the money trader in action, which
Yeah.
is just a very relaxed position. It kind of confirms that a lot of the anxiety is not necessary and what it looks like to be successfully in and out on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Um, and watching those profits go up. So I'm happy that you got out of your position.
Hmm.
Sorry about the technical issues. Is it that is your phone new?
No, it should be because I need to do like a master cleanup. So I was getting stuck. My fingers were, getting stuck there and the screen was frozen. And then I also would like to see Angela, the trade winner. I would
Ah,
like to see
yes.
her also. So that's my
Okay,
share.
okay.
I
So
didn't want to take too
you have
much
some
time.
requests.
Oh, you're
You
putting
have
out
some
a
requests in,
oh,
Mrs. Angela.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, Mrs. Angela, you have some requests there. You have the people wanting to see you. So if you want to be seen, you just let us know and you come on in. But I know
no
a lot of people
pressure.
would love to see you in action. They just want to see click, 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 click. And it's just very inspiring to look at people who are be successful while they're being successful. It's so much that you can learn just observing someone enjoying and living and acting in their success while they're doing it. Many of us don't seem to have enough access to successful people. So it's a beautiful thing. It really is a beautiful thing to witness people enjoying their success. And so, Mrs. Angela, if you want to, if you wish to, we are going to make that happen for you. So if you want, if you're willing to show people what is it like in a day in the life of Mrs. Angela, then we're open to
Um,
it too.
I appreciate that. But you know how I am, Miss Crystal. I'm like all
I do.
behind. You
I
you
do.
know me. But yes, I would be willing. I just need a little direction.
We are grateful. We will support you so that the people can see Mrs. Angela in action. You had an incredible march though. How did you feel during the march? What was it? Your account grew 1,250%, is that correct? Or is it
Um,
2,540%?
2,242%.
Ooh, I tried to remember the numbers, but they're just so big.
yeah, it kind
2,000.
of I had to wrap. It was hard wrapping my head around it too, and
Yeah, it's like you're over
yeah, it was.
2,000% in a month, over 2,000%.
Yeah, it was, I was doing when I came in January, everybody, we were just kind of all over the place.
Yes.
And I was doing some serious renegade stuff, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I was doing all kind of crazy stunts and
Yeah.
shows. But
Yeah.
and then, February is like, okay, let me just go ahead and just get it together
Mm-hmm.
and come back to center. And then in March, I my spreadsheet was kind of it wasn't how you have a journal and it's kind of like you have to feel that journal, like that journal has to be able to give you everything you need. That's how I am anyway. I
Right.
want to be able to look at my journal and it tell me whatever I need to do. I don't want to have to look, search back, go back, none of that. So I made some adjustments on my spreadsheet so it gives me like everything I want to see. So it gives me, my percentage, which is always a third, and then the loss percentage amount, and then how many contracts that I can trade to stay within that 20% risk amount. So when I'm looking every day, when I'm looking at it, I see it, like the pilot, the board, right? I see my board. So I just go in and then I know I had mentioned in a previous call that I had the most contracts I had was like 6.
Yeah.
But
I remember that.
yeah, and so once I had an increase in February and split my profits to the cushion and rolled it over. And then when I made the adjustment to my chart, I could actually trade more contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what the catalyst was in having those large percentages because it kept compounding. And then that allowed me to trade more contracts and still stay within my risk percentage. So that just kind of like that just kind of blew my mind because I was like, well, I don't know if I want to trade all these contracts now. And so I'm just kind
Okay.
of kind of
But you did it
tiptoeing around.
and you
But
focused.
yeah, so the largest number, I think, contracts by the end of March, it was 173 contracts.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at you
Yeah.
getting faster mine
I
had.
know, right?
Girl, get faster mine.
But
That's
now I'm back to
gorgeous.
15. Now I'm back to 16 because I split it, put my cushion
Mhm.
away. So, it takes so I'm still trading on that third.
I
Still trading.
see. So you increase the amount of contracts day by day throughout the month. Is that correct?
It's day by day based on what's in my account. So what my third
Ah.
percentage amount is. So whatever
Mm-hmm.
my third percentage amount is, then it calculates, okay, you better not trade no more than 10, or you better not trade no more than 12. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already defaulted. And so as my profit increases, then it
Mm-hmm.
automatically increases my contract amount.
I see. I see.
Oh,
That makes sense. So
yeah.
what you're doing is scaling with a very serious framework, and I hope that other traders are listening about how serious Mrs. Angela is about her dashboard or your pilot board, as you're saying, because you're focusing on your risk and your risk tolerance. So how much you're willing to risk out of your account. So you're saying you know at any given moment how many contracts about you that you could trade while risking no more than 1/3 of your account.
Not so, yeah, not risking no more than 20%. So it's calculating
20%.
like the 20%. So
Right.
if I trade, it tells me I can trade 15 contracts. That means if I lose 15 contracts, I'm still within my risk percentage. And so
I
my risk percentage column comes up and says, it only shows up when it'll say disciplined, and then it'll say green, and then it'll say over risk, it'll turn red. So if my risk percentage is, if I'm, over exceeded, it'll let me know. Like, okay,
Mm,
I need you to back up, right?
right,
So so
right.
yeah, I kind of let it talks to me.
Good. So you have like an interactive dashboard that you've created that supports your trading.
Yeah, yeah. So then that allows me time to go in and set up for my calls or my puts, or so I'm already positioned when the X shows up. So I'm right there, I'm pulling the trigger, and then I'm going right back in and pulling it, to sell it. So yeah, so it's kind of like that Chandler thing. You just kind of sit back and just kind of wait till it, but I just like that. I'm a real stickler about like the risk part.
Right.
And it's like I don't want to, because it's really true that if you maintain your risk percentage and stay within your risk percentage, you still make money. Um, Even on, designating a small amount, I still have not exceeded past a third of my account. So 2/3 of my account has been in existence since January.
Wow.
So I have always just used a third. Just
I
every time I'm just
see.
using a third. That's all I'm
So
using.
you're only using 1/3 of your account
Yep, at all times.
All
at
done,
all times.
all
At
done.
So
all times.
so even if you use that 1/3 and you make money, you're done for the day. You're not going
Well,
to go into the other 2/3.
No, because what I do is I go in and I have a certain number. So I average like how many trades I average each month starting from January. Like, what's that average? So my average was like maybe 11, right? So I set my day at 11 trades. So when I get to that 11 trades, then I stop. So the goal, of course, is to win more than you lose, and you stay within your risk percentage. So if you stay within your risk percentage, you still have more of an opportunity to trade a little more,
Mhm.
because I'm always under 20%, right?
So you give yourself those strong boundaries and you just do
Yeah.
what you can do within those boundaries. That
Yes.
makes sense. And
Yeah.
it looks like you've offloaded a lot of the mental burden that stressed out traders have from trade to trade. You've put that burden onto your dashboard, which does all of the supporting and the risk percentage, those micro calculations that lots of traders try to do in their heads.
Yes.
You just have it on your dashboard, so you don't have to do anything but execute. You don't have to worry about pre-calculating and double checking and making sure you're not going over any kind of boundaries. It
Yeah.
helps you with that.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't have to look at contracts. I just go in and buy my market, and it tells me 15. I put in 15, and then
Mhm,
I just execute.
mhm. That shows. Now, you see, that's why I said it's very important for people to be able to see successful people be successful while they're being successful. Because I can almost guarantee that there are traders who are struggling emotionally right now. That's my light. My light decided to take a dip. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
It was
What is it?
cool when it
It-
was this underflow. I liked
The sun went down. Ah, it's my light. My light just decided to collapse itself. All right. So um so what I'm saying is that it's very valuable for people to listen to success in detail, because we all think we understand what successful people are doing, but I would guarantee that there are people who don't do any of these calculations beforehand. They don't even calculate their risks. They're just seeing contracts and trading, and they would rather outsource the risk decisions. In other words, I know that it was very difficult for us to stop telling you all which specific contract we were trading. It was very difficult for some people to accept that they had to choose their own strike price. It was a hard adjustment. And that dependency is comes from wanting to share that mental load or offload that mental load somewhere. But if you
Mm.
don't have a good management system that could support you to manage that mental load, it's a common term used nowadays. So I hope that you'll understand what I'm saying. There's a mental load that comes with trading. So when you all are listening to Mrs. Angela, I hope that you all are noticing the point we're trying to drive home here is that your mental load can stop you from being successful because it's an extra burden that takes away focus from your execution, success, money out of your pocket, if you don't find a place to put your concentration. So I know that we have some questions in the chat based on what Mrs. Angela said. Let me check those questions.
Yeah. And let me just ask while you're doing that,
Uh-huh.
Crystal, Miss Angela, because I think some of these questions, you're probably going to have to give some examples of what you're doing, because I could see in the chat with some of the questions and what Mrs. Crystal said about the emotional load and how you said you were kind of renegading in January. What was the emotional piece that you needed to set in order for you to be where you are right now, right? I mean, you had to make sure you honed it in. So what did you do that got you to that space? And I'm like, okay, look at me, I'm getting it, I got my dashboard. Was there something that needed to occur in that emotional aspect? What was the biggest piece that got you to where you are right now, where you're settled?
Well, looking over my activity in October was, I mean, not October, but in January, just the things that I was doing. I mean, I was going off the charts. And so it's like, yeah, I did make the trading champion, but it wasn't by doing what I was supposed to be doing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, no, I need to pull it back, right? I need to get back to center. And so February, I just like, okay, let me just take it slow. Let's just get back on track. And then I think the turning point for me was when I made the adjustment to my journal and then realized that I had actually been under trading, right? I was trading 2, 3, contracts, no more than 6 contracts at a time, right? When I could have been trading 15, 20. You see what I'm saying? So, which is fine. I was totally fine with that because I was still able to be profitable in February. But making that adjustment and knowing that, but then when I started to see the numbers, it scared me. I was just
I
kind of
was
like,
wondering if you would be
whoa,
scared of the numbers.
like I was like, this is like unreal. I'm going back and I'm calculating and I'm going
Exactly.
back and I'm like, is this right? I'm going to a calculator. I'm like, I cannot believe these numbers. Like, I'm just like, you know how you see that cartoon when your brain explodes? It's kind of like
Mhm.
you see that
Yeah.
stuff and it's like, this is bananas. So
Yes.
yeah, so it was kind of crazy. But that was the catalyst, Miss Jarrett, was um uh, just really understanding, I guess I was kind of like, I won't say not half believe because I was just coming off of DLTC. So it wasn't like I was like not believing. It was just like making that transition from the DLTC to the signals and just trying to get some of that out, of the way, kind of get myself out of the way as it related to that. So that was primarily the catalyst, was being able to um adjust my journal. That was it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then now we have the question for you. Back to the emotions you were feeling. I think that when people start to see a high amount of success, it scares them, and because of the fear of success, they either self-sabotage or their momentum slows to what they feel is a safer piece. But we have been looking at your returns, I think January, February, March, they're increasing your account is increasing exponentially, but your return rate is also increasing exponentially. So not only are you increasing your account size by more and more, but the amount you're increasing your account size by is increasing more and more as well. So it's kind of increase multiplied by increase. So my question to you is, what has helped you to not slow your momentum or get shaken out of your success through fear or shock at the numbers? What keeps you steady and continuing to build at such a rapid rate even though, the numbers are very,
Yeah, they're pretty scary, but I know my why, for one. And my why, and I'm 63 years old. So I don't have time to be playing around. You know what I mean? I don't have time to be, I just don't have the time. So
fair enough,
and
fair
so
enough.
it's like I gotta, I'm, it's just me, right? And I have a goal, I have a legacy to leave. I have, I'm getting my kids on board one day at a time. You know what I mean? One at a time. I've got five, I've got two down, I got three to go. But
Congrats.
so I'm working, so this summer when I leave and go back to the States, I'm gonna start with my grandkids. So, I just have a goal, I just have things in place that I want to do. And, when you've been in certain phases of your life and you just have all these setbacks and you get a certain age, you just kind of want to be like, I gotta, how that's saying, you gotta get it together. So I had to, because and not for anyone else but myself. And
Mm.
so realizing that I can attain it, I was already optimistic just being a part of the DOTC, right?
Yeah,
It's like, okay, I have something that no one can ever take away from me, right?
true.
That skill. And that skill set is the key when you're trying to learn how to trade, because um I was a former I got my cosmetology license. So, typically it takes 9 months to
Mm.
get that license, right? So you
Mhm.
got your theory and then you've got your practical, and then you have to master that skill to get your licenses and things like
Mm.
that, right? And so it's the same thing. You have to perfect your skill. You have to implement your tool, find the tool that works best for you. Everyone has a glitch in the beauty industry. Mine was hair cutting. So I had all kinds of shears, all kinds of razors, all kind of, right? You know what I mean? So other people had a color. So it's the same thing when you relate it to trading. It's like you have to understand, like Mr. T always says, who you are, right? Know who you are, not just because the type of trader you are, it correlates with that. You have to know who you are, first of all. And so when you're going, making the decision, it's like, well, it's not working and things of that nature, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you have to understand, when you're developing a skill, that skills don't happen in 3 months. There's very few skills. There's some skills now, but there's very few skills that you can perfect in 3 months,
That's
right?
true. Unless you're some
So
kind of prodigy, but for real, you're absolutely right about that. It does take a while. It takes a while.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So and so that's that's motivating me to keep. And then environment matters.
Yeah.
Where I am. It's peaceful. Nobody bothers me. No noise, no kids, no, just no distractions, right? And I commit to that. It's just, I just commit to it, because environment makes a whole, just a total difference when
Yeah.
you just have uninterrupted everything, right? I'm on do not disturb from 7 to noon every day. Like, don't call me. And people know now, you have to train people how to respect what
That's
you're
true.
doing, taking it seriously. Because people now, they'll say, oh, I know I can call you before 12. Exactly.
Mhm.
Right. They already
Hmm.
know. If they say, when can you call Angie? No, you don't call her for 12. Don't call her. She's not going to answer.
That's true. That's true too. And the
Yeah,
mastermind does remind us that you have to reintroduce people to you. You have to reintroduce yourself when you decide to change. And a lot of them might take some time to
absolutely.
adjust to believe that you are now who you are.
Absolutely. It's life changing. It really is. And the markets is a good teacher. It's just an excellent teacher. We'll go in and we're thinking that okay, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna learn this, but we're subject to the system. The system is not subject to us.
Mm.
So you know, we have to be subject to that, and the system will show us that
Yes.
who's the boss, right? So when you know, start to think about that, it's like, you know, I remember in the beginning, and I won't talk too long, but when in the beginning in January, you know, we were listening and we were hearing that, okay, well, I'm not really an all the money trader and I'm really not a scalper. So I'm kind of like a hybrid. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't think there's no such thing as hybrids, but you know, you know, just trying to morph it into their, you know, their position. Like I'm coming in here and I'm just going to morph it and make it my own, and I'm not going to do anything differently to men to become subject to the system, right? And so then it's like it isn't. It's like the system is who it is, and it you have to respect it.
Right, that's it. It takes some time to even believe that the system ain't going to change. Some people would take a lifetime to even start to believe or understand that the system ain't going to change. Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I'm grateful. And so how are your children reacting now that they're seeing, I assume that they're seeing all of these returns? I know you said you have 5 children. I'm jealous. I dream of having many children. I come from a big family, but I know that my siblings and I are very different. So I could imagine your children are probably as different as I am from my siblings.
Oh
And
my goodness. Yes. Yes.
so
Yes. My
how do
boys,
they
I got
react to
two
you?
boys. I have 2 boys and 3 girls, and
Uh-huh.
2 of my daughters are trading. One of them, she texted me today, and she was doing some trading. She got a 500% return
Oh
today.
man, that's
Yeah, so
great.
she, you know, so
Congrats to
she's
her.
got it. She's catching on. And then my other one, she's the anxious one. So she has a high level of anxiety. And so she'll call me sometimes and she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then she'll say, I can't do it. I just can't do it. So she's, you know, she's going back and forth, but she'll get back on. She's touching base, so she's getting
Mhm.
closer. It's just a matter of time. But my
Mm.
boys, when I sent I let them know that I had made trading champion this month, right? So I sent them the picture. Why did my son send the picture to my oldest daughter to ask her, was it real?
Can't believe it.
And then what he
That
does,
is
and then he gives,
trifling.
isn't it? And then he gives me a heart, right? So my daughter's on the phone, like, yeah, mom, he just sent me the picture to see if it was real. The boys just, it's just something about them boys. I don't know. But
They don't want to
eventually,
believe that
okay.
their mommy making bank in the markets.
Nah, they're a little salty.
Mm. I need
If
to
my
start
mommy was
taking them to
making
the
money in the
airport.
markets, I would be like,
Uh,
"Mommy, here's your favorite daughter. You remember me? You know, they'll come around."
They will.
yeah, I told him, I said, don't call me talking about mama, can I hold something? No, I'm holding it for your
That kind of
baby.
child. I'd be
Don't,
like, "Mommy, you rich
That's
now?
right.
Help me."
I'm I'm holding them for your babies. That's what I'm doing. So they the only ones that can hold it. Y'all can't hold it no more.
And your grandchildren are very, very small, or they're old enough to trade yet.
My oldest one is 18, and
Oh,
my youngest one, she will be 2 in
nice.
November.
Hmm.
So they're
Oh,
big ranges. It's 12 of them. So there's
oh my
18
goodness.
to almost 2.
Oh, that's beautiful. And so you're going to see them when you come back to the States this year.
Yeah, my Nana tour starts next month.
Ah,
Oh, Nana tour. I like that. And
This is the
you gotta put
third
on your
one. This is my third
sunglasses.
Nana tour. My third Nana
Oh,
tour.
oh,
So
that's
yeah.
so nice. I'm
So yeah.
grateful.
So this is my
That's
why.
oh my goodness. I forgot the let me scroll up and see. Um, some of some of the questions are not loading, but I know Mrs. Karen Sensley is asking you if you are if you are trading 15 trades or just 15 contracts in one trade. I assume you meant 15 contracts in one trade, right?
Yes, I do 11 trades. So right now my count is I can do no more than 16. So
Mhm.
I do 11 trades, 16 contracts each,
Understood.
unless it tells me to do more.
Understood. Miss Tiffany Stevenson is asking to clarify or add to that question even further. She says, in your 11 trades a day, those 11 trades all add up to just 1/3 of your account. And is it that you're not losing any more than 20% per trade? Is that your stop loss?
Yes,
Is
my
she
stop loss,
okay?
I'm not, each trade calculates, so every trade I make, it'll say, okay, so for instance, January, I started my, it was a third. So from that, I take a 20% loss from the third, not from the whole account. So I'm
Makes
taking
sense.
20% from the third amount, not the 2/3.
So if
So
you,
everything that I'm doing is through on the third.
got you. So let's say you have $9,000. A third of your accounts is $3,000. And
Mm-hmm.
you're saying to them that you're not going to tolerate losing any more than 20% of that $3,000 cut.
Exactly.
Got you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Got you. So
Mhm.
you all listen to the strategies because this might enhance the way that you all manage your risk and might help you all tremendously.
And then
Um,
I've got one more thing I forgot to mention is that with my contract size,
mhm,
so none of my contracts, since I've made these adjustments, none of very few, and it just happens because the market moves so fast with QQQ, but
mhm.
basically none of my contracts are over $50. So my contracts are anywhere between 35 and 45. So I stay there. I don't go above $50 when I'm
So
trading
you
my
don't
contract.
go above $50. So you all listen to the details and try and yeah, they're very grateful for the help, Mrs. Angela. Thank you. And so
Okay,
you
thank
all
you.
listen. That means you're about let's say 6 to 7 steps out the money on a Monday, 4 to 5 steps out the money on a Friday, something like that.
I don't even look to see. I
There you
mean,
go.
I just go between 35 and 45. I don't
Right.
really pay attention to where it's at. I just know
Between
that's how much,
35 and
that's what I'm
45.
getting, that's what I'm spending, and that's what I'm gonna spend, and that's it.
Right. Got you, got
So
you. And you're a scalper.
yes, ma'am. Tried and true. Tried and
Tried and
true.
true scalper. So you all
I'm
listen
looking
to the
kind of at
details.
that all the money envelope. I'm
Ah,
looking at the all the money envelope, but
oh, so
it's
you're a
not light, it's
account's
not
gonna
light
go.
enough for me. I'm straining my eyes.
Ah.
So I'm like, no, I don't. If I got to strain my eyes, I'll just stay
Yeah,
with the X and the dot. I'm good.
fair
But
enough, fair enough.
thank
So you,
you and appreciate it.
of course, our pleasure, and we're grateful for your perspective, your jewels. Yes, just like Miss Alina is saying, you're dropping some jewels. And I think her question, I think that's the last question for you so far, is saying they want to know if your dashboard is developed by you or if it is an app or something.
I developed it myself.
Yeah, Mrs. Angela is very, very tech forward. You all don't let that 63 fool you. It's more like 36. Listen, she's very, very tech forward. It is because of her that we're messing with Stripe, and that has helped the infrastructure to come about. It's because of her, and y'all don't even know that she's very, very tech forward. She knows her stuff. Let's see, more questions. Do do you have trouble buying at limit? I guess you mean a limit order?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they want to know if you buy limit or market. I guess that's what.
right, because if she stays between 35 and I think she said 45, I'm wondering how well, I guess she's successful, but how is she able to get in at limit? Because I know when I did limit orders, a lot of times it just doesn't go through. So a lot of times I just default to market.
Yeah,
Are you saying?
market is my default.
Mhm.
Okay.
I always buy a market, sell at limit.
Do you sell at limit, Mrs. Angela?
I do.
So
I
she buy
do.
at market and sell at limit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Mrs. Karen, so you hear buying at market, selling at limit would help you. I mean, market,
Yes.
you're just guaranteed a position,
Yes.
basically.
Thank
But
you.
selling at limit is that control where the return, the premium doesn't run away with you because in a millisecond it could go down like $5 and next thing you know you look up, you thought you sold at a win and you sold at a loss, right?
Mhm.
But that limit order protects you.
Yeah.
And
But it helps.
yeah,
Yeah, the market when I get it at market, I keep it between that range because of the speed of it. And so
Mhm.
typically once, if I do go in at 35 or whatever, if it goes up or fast or whatever, it typically doesn't go past 50. If it does, it may go a couple of dollars above it. It's not going like all the way up, so it just kind of keeps a safeguard for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So they want to know, what limit do you always sell for, 1 penny or two?
I
2 penny?
always, I never adjust, I never adjust the limit sale beyond a penny, because it gives it what it's going to give you. Just like Mr. T always says, take what the market gives you. So when I go in at limit, and if it automatically shows that it's above a penny, I'm just selling it. I'm not adjusting it to a penny to get a penny. I'm going
Right.
to take what it gives me. And then if it's going against me, then I'm going to sell at market at a penny. Or I'm just going to sell at market. If it's going against me and it's exceeding my risk tolerance amount, then I'm still going out at market. I'm not waiting until it gets to my 20%. I'm always
Oh, you're
getting.
not waiting. So the moment it goes against you, you cut your losses.
Sometimes I'll hold out for a hero, but not all the time.
Fair enough, fair enough. And then you have that mental space to think about it, because you have offloaded the mundane task onto something that could automate for you.
Right.
Right. That makes sense.
Yes,
Perfect
yes,
sense.
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, this is beautiful. Let me see. Any more questions first? They are asking Robin Hood or Weibo. No, she uses Think or Swim.
Charles Schwab. I use
Charles Schwab.
Thinkorswim. Yeah,
Think or
I use
Swim.
Thinkorswim.
All right. Is it a Charles Schwab account in a Think or Swim thing? I don't know how it works.
Well, the Thinkorswim, you can to live trade, you have to use Thinkorswim
Mm-hmm.
for live trading, you have to have a Charles Schwab account. Charles Schwab also has
Oh,
a
yes.
trading mobile platform as well, but I don't use that one because it's too many steps on
Oh,
the platform.
Gotcha.
Whereas with the Thinkorswim mobile on the other side, you can toggle between the two. So it
Mm-hmm.
gives you the right there to be able to toggle back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you want to test something or whatever, it's there. It's very user friendly. I mean, I love it. I've been using it for a very long time. So I'm just now getting to where I'm within the last, I will say, year or so, I guess, just getting used to just and become familiar with that. You get a platform, you just learn to master it. You have to learn to master it. Let it
That's
let
right.
it work for you. Yeah. So
The
I hope
contract is $30 to $40, $35 to $40 price point. I think she means each contract costs between $35 and $45.
yeah, the premium, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're very watching you be successful, and those returns every month. I can't imagine what your returns would be in December. Just
Right.
all I could say is congratulations to you. You
Well,
have the
thank you.
success that you deserve. You do deserve the success.
Thank you. I
Your son is
appreciate
crazy,
that.
but your children are going to come on board.
they will. They will.
Yeah, while he out
And
there, look, he on 2 plantations trying to send a snapshot talking about is it real? And you on 2 plantations while you playing around.
yes, yes, absolutely. So yeah, they say it does feel like a master class. We have it live on YouTube, so the replay would be automatically on YouTube after this. I'm going to make sure that the replay is available for YouTube, but I hope that you all took lots of notes. And since it's 7:45, we have had about 45 minutes of an excellent discussion. So I want to end it early today. The reason why is because you'll have a lot to digest, and I don't want to dilute the value of what Mrs. Angela taught you all tonight. I want you all to go back, please, and watch over this video. It's going to help a lot of you. I have a feeling that many of your trading will be transformed after this evening's discussion. Mrs. Angela unexpectedly came on and just dropped jewels all over the floor. So it's now, please take the next 15 minutes and pick them up and put them in your pockets. Take them with you for the next trading session, because what she has offered is invaluable. Mr. Chandler has offered you all incredible value. Mrs. Angela has come on now and offered you all incredible value. If everyone just works on their belief through the success of people who have believed and they have found their way, just follow in their footsteps, you all will be successful. Just if you feel like you can't find your way, look at the person in front of you. If you can't see the road out, just follow behind the back of the person in front of you. Right now, Mrs. Angela is in front of the entire Signals group,
Yes.
pioneering the way with her returns. So just, if you can't see the future for yourself, look at her reality, her present, and let that inspire you and inform your future, okay? Believe in one another. We have been put on this earth to help and serve one another, all right? So just, I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful for Mrs. Angela's word tonight. We have a lot to digest this evening, so I'm going to end the mastermind check-in very early because the unexpected value here is the price of admission. More than, because it's invaluable, okay? So thank you all for your presence this evening. We are very grateful for you all. It's live on YouTube. That means that the YouTube video version of this will go up so you all could rewatch it immediately and automatically. You don't have to wait for us to publish it. Thank you all for being here, Mrs. Angela. We are very grateful for your wisdom, for your sharing. You've helped these people tremendously, I think more than you will ever know, because you've given them a framework and an example of reality for somebody who is very, very successful. We're very grateful for you, and we thank you.
I appreciate that. And you guys
Thank
just
you.
stick with it. Just know it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know, you gotta be serious about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. You be
That's
serious
right.
with it, it'll be serious with you.
Yes.
Mhm. All right, so that's the DLTC GS on YouTube. That stands for DLTC Global Signal. So just look for DLTC GS on YouTube. I'm typing it in right now. And you all will see all of our videos, all of our interactive videos, our prep classes, everything is on that YouTube account. So you all will be able. So thank you again. Thank you all very much for being on tonight. This is very this is wonderful. It's condensed greatness. So I'm going to go digest and meditate on that myself tonight. Thank you, Mrs. Angela. Thank you, Mrs. Jara, and thank you, everybody, for being on tonight. We will see
Good
you
night,
all.
everybody, and
Good
thank
night, my
you,
dear. Good night. We'll see you all
Everyone.
tomorrow morning for trading.